Life can break you, but it can also build you if you refuse to give up. Every successful person you see today was once a dreamer, struggling in silence. And sometimes, the poorest man, with nothing in his pockets, carries the richest dream in his heart. If you have ever felt hopeless, then this story is for you. In a forgotten corner of a small town, where dusty winds blew through broken houses and children played barefoot in the mud, there lived a young man named Aman. Aman's life was not easy. His father had died when he was young, leaving the family with nothing but debts. His mother worked as a maid in people's houses, yet many nights they had only one meal, or none at all. Aman wore the same faded shirt for years, patched and torn, and his shoes had holes big enough that dust and rain always found their way inside. But despite this poverty, Aman's eyes shone with something rare, a dream. When his friends laughed and said, "We are born poor, we will die poor," Aman would shake his head gently. "No," he whispered to himself, "my story will not end like this. One day, I will change my life. One day, I will build something big. One day, I will not only feed myself, but also give work to others." At the age of 15, Aman began working at a tea shop. From sunrise to sunset, he washed glasses, swept the floor, and served steaming cups of tea to tired laborers and office clerks. The shop owner, a grumpy old man, often shouted, "Work faster, boy! Don't spill the tea! Customers don't come here for your slow hands!" Aman never argued. He kept his head down, worked hard, and quietly observed. He noticed how some customers smiled when they were served politely. He noticed which tea flavor people loved the most. He noticed how regular customers stayed because of small gestures, like an extra biscuit or a kind word. At night, when the streets emptied and the stars shone, Aman would sit under a flickering streetlight with a torn notebook. His mother worried and asked, "Aman, why don't you sleep?" And he would reply, "Ummi, I am writing my future. One day I will have my own tea stall, and my tea will be different. Not just tea, it will be love in a cup." Years passed. Aman saved every coin he could. He skipped sweets, new clothes, and celebrations because he was saving for his dream. Finally, after years of sacrifice, Aman bought a small wooden cart and a kettle. He painted it himself with trembling hands, writing in big letters, "Aman's special tea, made with love." The first morning, he set up his cart near the bus station. He watered water, mixed the leaves, and served his first customer with a bright smile. But the man laughed. "Why should I drink from you? Yesterday you were washing cups at the old shop. What do you know about business?" Aman's cheeks turned red, but he replied softly, "Maybe I don't know much about business, but I know how to serve with heart. Please, just taste once." The man sipped reluctantly. His eyes widened. This is good. Very good." And that was the beginning. Still, success did not come easily. On the first day, only 3 people came. On the second day, 5. Sometimes no one came at all. Aman stood for hours in the heat, sweating, waiting, smiling. Many laughed at him. "A stall? Is this your big dream? You will fail like everyone else." But Aman did not quit. "A tree does not grow in one day," he told himself. "It takes time." He experimented, adding ginger, cardamom, mint, and even lemon. Slowly, his tea became famous. Passersby said, "If you want the best tea in town, go to Aman's stall." And with every cup, he served something extra: warmth. He asked customers about their day, remembered their names, and encouraged them when they were tired. People didn't just come for tea, they came for Aman. Months later, just when his stall was gaining attention, a new challenge appeared. A wealthy businessman from the city opened a modern cafe right across from Aman's small cart. It had shiny glass walls, big posters, air conditioning, and advertisements everywhere. Customers rushed there, leaving Aman's cart almost empty. For a whole week, Aman sold only a handful of cups. His savings started disappearing. At night, he sat by his cart staring at the empty street. His heart whispered, "Maybe I was wrong. Maybe dreams are only for the rich. Maybe I should quit." But then he remembered his mother's tired face, the hunger in their past, and the promise he had made to himself as a boy. "No," he said firmly, "I will not quit. The cafe may be big, but I have something it doesn't: heart." The next day, Aman made changes. He introduced new flavors: saffron tea, masala tea, and even cold tea for summer. He placed small stools around his cart so people could sit. He wrote a signboard: "Tea is not just a drink, it is a feeling. Come, feel it here." And he gave something the cafe never could: personal connection. When an old man came tired, he said, "Uncle, you look exhausted. Sit, rest, and drink slowly." When a student came worried, he said, "Brother, don't stress. One cup of tea and your mind will be fresh." Word spread quickly. People left the fancy cafe and returned to Aman's humble cart. They said, "The cafe has lights, but Aman has love." Years rolled by. Aman's cart became a shop. His shop became three. His three shops became a chain across the city. Bright signboards now read, "Aman's Tea from the Heart." The same boy who once washed cups now employed hundreds of workers. His story appeared in newspapers. Young students invited him to colleges to hear his journey. One evening, standing in front of a hall full of students, Aman spoke with tears in his eyes. "I was once like you, poor, hopeless, afraid. I had holes in my shoes and hunger in my stomach. But I also had a dream, and I refused to let poverty decide my future." Remember this: success is not about how much money you start with. Success is about how much courage you carry in your heart. I built my life not with money, but with faith, hard work, and honesty. The hall thundered with applause. Many young people walked away with hope in their hearts. Reflection for you, the listener. Aman's story is not just his story. It is a mirror of what you can become. Repeat these lines with me. "I may be poor today, but my dreams are rich. I will not quit, no matter how hard it gets. Success belongs to those who refuse to give up. My background does not define my future." Say it again, louder. Believe it because it is true. Poverty is not a life sentence. It is only the beginning of a bigger story. Life will test you, laugh at you, and try to break you. But if you stand firm, work hard, and stay kind, nothing can stop you. Remember, you don't need to be born rich to become successful. You just need to be brave enough to chase your dream. If you loved this story, then subscribe to Life Lessons Library for more powerful stories that inspire your heart, guide your mind, and remind you that your success story begins today.